Hello, everybody, and welcome back into Gamecock Central. My name is Kendall Smith, joined alongside of Nick Emmanwori. He is a true freshman defensive back at the University of South Carolina, and this is an exclusive interview presented by Garnet Trust. And Nick, I got to tell you, I am so excited about this interview. We'll get to this a little bit later on in our discussion, but I've interviewed a lot of people in my time, and you are an all-time quote for me. I think you gave me the best quote I have ever had in my time of interviewing people. We'll talk about it later, but I'm so excited to be back here with you, and hope you're enjoying this little holiday break so far.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the break. I'm excited to be back too. I mean, every time we do an interview too or talk to you, you are my favorite to talk to because of that quote. So it's just good memories all around.
Well, we're going to have a great time today, too, getting into a lot of stuff. You have had quite the season, Nick. So we're going to talk all about football. We're going to talk about some non-football things, too. But just to start off, I kind of want to go through some of your accolades this year because you have had quite a season. Like I said, true freshman defensive back at the University of South Carolina. You were named to the SEC Coaches All-Freshman team, the On3 True Freshman All-American, College Football News Freshman All-American as well. So just tons of awards, tons of accolades for you. And Nick, you came into this season probably not expecting to start, and then injuries on the defense, people get banged up. Your name gets called. Take me through what's going through your head, Nick, when you get that call and they're like, all right, going out to the field, you're going out there, we've got people hurt, and you're in an SEC matchup. What's going through your mind?
I mean, like I've been saying, like I always knew I was gonna play, but I never expected to start. Like as coming in as a freshman, a lot of freshmen don't really have that type of mindset. I'm gonna come in and start, but I knew I was gonna play. I had a mindset. I knew I was gonna come in and play, but going into that week of practice, I had a strong fall camp, and going into that week of practice, I was just real confident because I was getting put into the scheme and stuff. I think they had a scheme for me going where it was like 6 DBs on the field, and I was in on that scheme, and I was gonna expect to go in that game. But when RJ went down, sadly, and they put me in, it just ran like clockwork. Like it was crazy. Like I watched it happen, and everyone was looking for me, and I just ran on the field, and I wasn't really nervous, but like my heart was kind of beating. But it's more from like the crowd intensity and stuff. It wasn't because I was nervous, but it was like a no-brainer. I think the first time I went in, if you see on the play, the first time I went in, they ran it, but the ball didn't come my way, and I actually got clipped in the ends. And I was thinking, I need to slow down and stuff. I don't want to injure myself. I need to slow down. So my mind cleared, my heart stopped pumping as fast, and that's when I got that tackle on 4th and 1. And ever since then, it's just been history. So.
I mean, you have come up big for South Carolina so many times this season. I remember when you first went in and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Nick. It's Nick. He's, like I said, the all-time quote that I have ever had. So super excited for you and happy for all that you've done this season. And I'm sure it's scary to, come in as a freshman and be put in the position that you're put into. So who were some of those guys, Nick, that were older on the team that really kind of helped you shape into the role that you grew into this season at South Carolina?
Mainly on defense, it'll probably be a lot of the older guys like RJ, Cam, Rush. In the DB room, Zach Pickens and stuff. Brad Johnson, Sherrod Green. A lot of those guys on the defense room just telling me how great I am and how young I am. Also, Starkman too. He was telling me I can make a lot of money if I just keep on the grind and stuff and keep focused. Spencer Rattler. A lot of the older guys are telling me like what type of future I can have and for me to stay focused and stay down and hungry and keep on grinding and stuff because they see what type of player I can be and stuff. So, RJ kind of was giving me the ropes and wires of like the defense and, just how things should be done and stuff.
So I'm sure a lot of other SEC coaches have watched you this season. They're probably sad that they didn't pick up on you when you were in high school, Nick. You only had a few offers, which is honestly shocking to look back at. But considering you're from Irmo, South Carolina, you only had a couple offers. You had South Carolina, and now you've made it to this point being such a main person on the defense. What does it mean to you to accomplish the things that you have so far?
It means a lot, coming out of Irmo and stuff. Coming out of high school, I wasn't really had all the offers, but I kind of based that off of I wasn't really going out to camp stuff. I wasn't really sure how the recruitment process worked. The South Carolina is probably the only college camp I've been to, so when I feel like any camp I would have went to, I probably would have had an offer. But based on my high school film, I feel like I could have got offers off my high school film too. So I had I had Georgia Southern, Charlotte. Those probably my main other two offers that I had coming in. But it just means a lot coming where I come from and stuff. Coming to South Carolina, making a big impact as a freshman and stuff. And I always knew what I could do and stuff. So them giving me opportunity to play and show what I can do and continue to thrive in this process and stuff. It means a lot to me.
South Carolina finishing out the season with 2 massive wins. You've got the Gator Bowl coming up against Notre Dame on December 30th. I want to take it back to that Clemson game and talk to you about a couple of specific plays that really stood out to me, and I'm sure a lot of other Gamecock fans. That first one being the play in the third quarter where you chased down Will Shipley. I think he had thought he'd kind of gotten away for the touchdown. You come out like a gazelle, tracking him down, end up tackling him. What happened on that play, and what were you seeing, Nick?
It's funny because it's a play just like that. It was in high school. I made a play just like that. I was coming off like kind of the edge. I was the edge defender and stuff. Me and Cam took out took the 2 running backs coming off the edge or coming out to the flats and stuff. And I guess they broke a run through the middle and stuff. And I guess our gaps were misaligned and it broke a big run. But it's a play just like that in high school where I came off the edge a little bit and they broke a run through the middle. And I was kind of like jogging behind because it was like 20, 30, it was like 20, 15 yards on the field. So I'm like, but I'm thinking in my head, like, he's not really running that fast. And I think I can catch him. So I just turned on the boost. I just started running as fast as I could and stuff. And I ended up catching him, hawking him down. It's the same. It's so similar. I'm going to show it to you after the interview, but it's so similar. But that's probably what happened. The gaps just were misaligned. He broke it through the middle and stuff. And he wasn't really running that fast. I don't know if he was tired or not, but I just started running my full speed and I ended up catching up to him.
I'm very impressed. I went to high school with Will Shipley, so I know what it's like to have him on your football team. We won a couple state championships with him, but seeing that, I was like, that's an impressive play. Also, of course, to kind of ice the game for South Carolina, give him back the ball so they could finish it off against Clemson. You recovered the fumble from Antonio Williams. Take me through that play and what's going through your mind during and after that situation.
Basically, he was on punt, and I remember Coach Limbo telling us to go front up the ball and like race to the ball and stuff. Like whenever we run the ball, good stuff happens. That's what Coach White tells us. And so when I was running to the ball and stuff, and I see the ball pop out surprisingly. And when I seen the ball, I just jumped on the ball. And when I knew I had it, it was just a great feeling. I got up, I ran down to the field and stuff, and it was fun. And from it coming from Antonio, it's kind of crazy and stuff. That was my rival and stuff. So just a lot of stuff behind the scenes that makes stuff a little bit sweeter.
Definitely a full circle moment. And speaking of full circle moments, that brings me to your quote that I will never forget. We're talking about that Clemson game, and a year before the Clemson game, I roll up to your high school, to Irmo High School, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm trying to figure it out. It's your signing day. End up getting there. I go to the wrong place. Finally make it to the football field. Get to talk to you, and I ask you, Nick, what is your message for Gamecock fans? And you said, what'd you say?
Clemson's on the clock.
Yes. So you say Clemson's on the clock, and then a year later, you fulfill that statement. You fulfill your message to Gamecock Nation. How rewarding was that, Nick?
It was crazy. Like going into the game, I didn't forget about it, but it wasn't just in the front of my thoughts. It was like in the back of my head. So after the game ended and stuff, I just kept seeing on Twitter. I'm like, and I think someone mentioned it to me, and it was crazy. Back then when I said it, I really meant what I said. It came out of nowhere. I didn't think about it. I just meant what I said. And I remember like a bunch of Clips fans in the comments were going crazy. They was like, I hope you can back it up. They were talking about stuff that happened. And it was crazy. So I was reading the comments like, wow. So I didn't bring it up until the game. Till the game ended and stuff. So when the game ended, it was a great feeling. It was the best feeling. Actually, I posted on my Twitter, like, someone go find the clip, and a bunch of people were tagging me in the clip and stuff. So it was great. I think I posted it on my Instagram story, and it kind of blew up. So great moment. I won't forget that ever. That's probably one of the greatest moments of my college career, as long as I'm here and stuff. So
it was so awesome. The second that you recovered the fumble, I was like, all right, I'm going back on my Twitter timeline. I've got to find this clip of Nick. This is perfection. This couldn't have worked out any better. And yeah, I mean, that quote, literally for months, people were in my mentions saying stuff about how Nick needs to back it up. And why is he saying that? And South Carolina hasn't beaten Clemson in forever. And then, lo and behold, this year, South Carolina beats Clemson, and your quote comes back. That quote will never die. That is an all-timer, and
Yeah.
definitely, like I said, probably the best quote that I've ever got in an interview. But Nick, we talked about it earlier. You have gotten so many accolades this season, being named to freshman All-American teams from multiple different outlets, from the SEC coaches. We talk about a year ago today when I was at your signing day. What do you think your senior in high school self would think about where you are right now?
I feel like I always predicted. I don't think I'm really surprised about where I'm at right now. Like in my head, I promise you, it's going as part of this plan as I thought. Like I always knew I was going to play. Coming into high school, I was always real confident. So I'm not really surprised. I knew this was going to happen. Literally, like you can ask my family, my coaches. We talked about this for days. So I feel like the people real close to me aren't really surprised, but like a lot of people, kind of shocked and stuff coming out. But I always knew it was going to happen and stuff. So
Making dreams come true, and still a lot
yeah.
more for you at South Carolina. Being from Irmo, what does it mean to be a South Carolina Gamecock, a hometown kid playing for his hometown school?
It's great being from Irmo and stuff, being a hometown kid and stuff. When I go back home, the love is immaculate. I just recently went to Irmo versus Dust Fort basketball game, and when I walked in the gym, they're all screaming my name and stuff. It was just a full circle moment, coming back to it and stuff. So the hometown love is the main reason why I stayed and stuff. Staying so close to home and my family and stuff, it's great. It's nothing like playing from home. So all these recruits at South Carolina staying home, I know it means a lot to them too. So staying home is great, and it's always a good time. So
Speaking of those guys staying home, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Lenoris Sellers coming
yeah,
to South Carolina. He made his announcement
huge, huge,
earlier
huge.
today. Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think it's great. I was actually posting on my Twitter and stuff, telling him to stay home, and in his comments telling him to stay home. Lenora, I played him my senior year. I think it was the first game my senior year, and he was a junior at the time. Man, the throws he was making was surprising me. Back then, I knew he was special back then. The throws he was making and stuff. He's a great athlete. Kind of reminds me like a little Anthony Richardson like, and so I'm really excited he's coming to South Carolina, staying home and stuff. I was texting him after he committed and stuff. Like, just come here and keep your head down and work and make this place yours.
The majority of the top-rated players in the state of South Carolina for the class of 2023 are coming to be South Carolina Gamecocks, and that's, because of all of the excitement that the program has generated, especially over this past year. And you guys are prepping for a bowl game coming up here shortly, December 30th, less than a week now, right? Or is it a week from today? Today's Friday. A week from today. I don't even know the days.
Yeah.
Week from today. And you guys are playing Notre Dame. So how has bowl practice, bowl prep been, especially with, maybe some of those younger guys getting more opportunities with other guys leaving and heading to the portal?
Bowl practice has been good. The energy is going to continue to stay high. The energy's been high through bowl practice stuff, and it's been a great vibe, great environment and stuff. We're just real excited to go up there and play. Notre Dame's a big brand team. Get to showcase our talents. A lot of guys come along playing. I feel like we haven't really missed out on any spot on defense or offense. Really missing some. So it's going to be a great game and a great time.
I'm really excited, leaving the day after Christmas. So I know you guys have to be there actually on Christmas night. So that'll be fun for you, but you get to spend Christmas morning with the family, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, a little Christmas morning action with the family. Oh, you got the tree. Okay, I see. Is that in your room? Or is that downstairs?
Huh?
Is that in your room?
This is our living room with my roommates. My roommates are actually Emery Floyd, Keenan Nelson, and Kwan Banks. So we just Keenan's family brought a Christmas tree and stuff. So we got the whole house decorated and stuff. So it's just a nice little thing.
It's very festive. I love it. Yeah, we're just 2 days away from Christmas. So I guess that could lead me to one of my fun questions. What's your number one gift on the Christmas wish list, Nick?
Good question. Let's see. I don't know. I think I want some. I'm not really a big video game guy no more, and I stopped playing games really since I got up here and stuff. Because time is crazy, but I'm not sure. Maybe some new shoes, new clothes. Maybe some, I don't know, some fancier stuff a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're in college, the style changes, the vibe changes. I remember when I was a freshman in college, which I'm talking like I'm so old. That was only 3 years ago. I was like, I need a whole new wardrobe for Christmas. Definitely difference between being a senior in high school and a freshman in college. So, what has been your favorite thing, Nick, besides football, about the University of South Carolina?
Um, Probably downtown, just being downtown. South Carolina, the college is in downtown, it's in the heart of downtown. So the vibe is crazy. It's like, my house is 20 minutes away, but I actually love being at school. Like I have times where I could have been home, or I could just go home, spend the night, and come to a practice early, but I actually like being home. The environment is just a great environment to be here. It's a lot of stuff, in the circle, like actually do. So that's probably it.
What's your go-to restaurant in Columbia?
Cookout for sure.
Cookout over
Cookout.
in 5 Points. That
Yeah,
that one
yeah,
is, oh, it takes forever to get through, but it is so good.
yeah. I
Yeah,
actually met a couple of fans that I be there a lot. So when I'm out there standing outside waiting for my order and stuff, like a couple of fans come to me, asking pictures and stuff, or we just exchange some words and stuff. So it's nice.
oh, local celebrity. Yeah, everybody loves you, Nick. You've done so much for the team this year. And, from the start until now, how do you feel like you have matured as a player from that first game that you played in to now heading into this bowl game?
The experience is definitely high. Coach Gray talks about how me and DQ we're freshmen, but we've been playing the whole season stuff, or just about, and we gotta like lead the young our freshman class and the new freshmen coming in. Since we have so much experience, we're not really like that young anymore, so we have a good amount of leadership coming up in our roles and stuff. So it's just a great experience playing early and stuff. It always feels like it's a good thing instead of a bad thing. So, you know,
It's been a great season, and you're finally getting a little bit of well-deserved rest before that bowl game. A few days off. So, what are your fun plans for your holiday break?
uh, I don't know. I'm thinking go kart racing. Maybe try to hit up Charlotte, go shopping a little bit. Maybe some top golf, paintballing. That's on my list too. I ain't really been paintballing, but that's pretty much it. Some fun activities to do. Get all this energy off, so I can come back. Ready for winter workouts and stuff.
Yep, second semester coming up quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, go to Charlotte and do your shopping. I'm from Charlotte, so that's where I get in trouble all Christmas season. Just swiping my card left and right, end up having literally no money left. But Nick, it's been so fun to watch you grow, and for me especially, just being there at your signing day, knowing you from high school, and then seeing you shine and thrive this year has been so wonderful to watch. So we asked you last year, I asked you last year, what your message was to Gamecock Nation, and you gave me that quote. What is your message now, this year in 2022, a year from the famous quote of Clemson's on the clock, to Gamecock Nation?
You put me on the spot, but my message would be stay tuned. Got a lot of great things coming. Because we're going to change the program around. It's going to be, we keep on getting better year on and year out. So just stay tuned. It's a lot of great things happening. It's going to be, we're going to keep running this state, and it's going to be us. So that's my message.
Nick, one of my favorite interviews, no matter what. I probably shouldn't say that. I've interviewed some great people, enjoyed all
Yeah.
of them, but you're always one of my favorites. Such an awesome kid. Great quote. You're not a kid. You're, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
College student. We're both fellow peers at South
Yeah.
Carolina, but great guy, great player. Enjoy interviewing you so much and appreciate your time here on this exclusive interview on Gamecock Central, presented by Garnet Trust. I guess we'll wish the people a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in Jacksonville, Nick.
We'll see you. Thank you.